What's up, guys? Welcome to the world according to Patrick. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. I've been meaning to do a video forever, and then life happens. And I've been procrastinating on doing something because other stuff's come up. But man, I love doing these videos, and I figured I'd start back with something pretty easy. I'm gonna do a, least favorite albums of artists that I've listened to my entire life, and very small discography. Instead of including just the 3 studio albums, I'm going to include a live album with all original material, and that's Jimi Hendrix. I mean, love this guy. Honestly, I don't listen to him like I used to, but still one of my favorite artists of all time. I mean, just when I was a kid, I was obsessed with this cat. I mean, he was probably a good 10 years ahead of his time. I know that, when Pete Townsend and Jeff Beck and everybody saw him play in England, really they all kind of said they didn't even want to play anymore because he was leaps and bounds ahead of most people, including Eric Clapton when he's with Cream. But, Chas Chandler founded him from the Animals, actually was playing with the Isley Brothers and Little Richard. And then he kind of went out and was doing his own thing, and Chas Chandler came on board from the Animals. Got Mitch Mitchell on drums, Noel Redding on bass guitar, who coincidentally played guitar before he learned how to play bass and got with Hendrix. But everything on here is phenomenal. It's only, again, 3 albums. I'm going to include the live album because it's all original material. But went back and listened to these, and I actually kind of swapped up my order of what I thought in my head I was going to have it as. But you know what? What the hell, man? I don't know. I just decided to switch it up. I love all these albums. There's really not much separating them, but I got to start somewhere, right? So anyway, coming in at number 4, my least favorite, which I love this album, is Band of Gypsies. This is actually the only album that didn't have Mitch Mitchell or Noel Redding. Has Billy Cox, who joined the Experience when he got the Experience back together, old buddy of his from the Army, actually, and Buddy Miles, and great album. Who Knows, a Machine Gun are my 2 favorite songs on the album. Buddy Miles does a couple tracks on here as well. Changes and We Gotta Live Together. Great album. This was recorded in 69, 70 at Fillmore in New York. Here's my CD version of this as well. By the way, I figured I'd show all my bootlegs I have, obscure stuff I have of Hendrix too. I've got a lot of stuff of Jimi Hendrix, but anyway, that's my number 4. Coming in at number 3, starting to do this before I went back and re-listened to these albums would have probably been my number 1, and these are all so close, man. But today, anyway, it's my number 3. Lich Leyland. Here's my CD version. Great album, man. I mean, I know it took him forever to record this, but I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, I'm so tired of hearing the Dylan all along the Watchtower and even Voodoo Child, but I mean, 1983, I mean, man, I should turn to be, Still Raining, Still Dreaming, Grace, House Burning Down, Little Miss Strange, which is a Noel Redding track, Come On, Part 1, Gypsy Eyes, Burning on the Midnight Lamp, fantastic song. That's my number 3, is Electric Ladyland. Coming in at number 2, had this in my number 3, but I switched it up. Fantastic album, Axis Bold as Love. Great album, cover too, man. Gatefold, fantastic. Love this album. Here's my CD version. Up From the Skies is great. Spanish Castle Magic, Little Wing. If 6 was 9. Castles Made of Sand, Little Miss Lover, and of course Bold as Love. I mean, the whole album's just great from start to finish. That's my number 2. And coming in at number 1, I mean, the radio is just overplayed the hell out of this, but I don't listen to a lot of the radio anymore, so it's kind of cool to go back and listen to a lot of this. But here's the American version anyway of Are You Experienced. Another version too that came out. A little bit of a different track listing, but I mean, man, I've heard Purple Haze so many times, but still amazing. Manic Depression, Hey Joe, Love or Confusion, May This Be Love, I Don't Live Today, The Wind Cries Mary, Fire, Third Stone from the The Sun instrumental, Foxy Lady. Of course, I've heard too many times. Still love Are You Experienced. Fantastic, man. So that's my number one. This is a British version. Came out. I'm pretty sure about that anyway. A little bit of a different song. There's some songs on here that aren't on the other version of Are You Experienced, but I mean, fantastic stuff. I mean, so that's my number one. So again, my number one, Are You Experienced? Number two is Axis Bold as Love. Number three, Electric Ladyland, and number four is Band of Gypsies. Album that he was working on. Of course, he would have switched it up, and I mean, this is the closest thing we'll have to. It came out, I think, a year after he passed, and it's a lot of songs. You know, of course, he was always in the studio recording stuff. To this day, they're still bringing out stuff. It's amazing. You know, the guy died in 1970, and there's still these tracks that have never come out before that you're still hearing. But it'd be The Cry of Love. Good album. Came out, like I said, about a year after he passed. I mean, it's got Freedom on here, Drifting, great song, Easy Rider, Nightbird Flying, My Friend, Straight Ahead, Astro Man Angel, In From the Storm, Belly Button Window. Fantastic album. Great pictures in here. And this came out on the CD version, which is kind of the same thing essentially, same track listing. A little bit of a different, different listing, but I mean, First Rays of the New Rising Sun. A lot of good tracks on here. I mean, after the stuff after he passed, I'd highly recommend this or this, which is out of print, but you can still find it probably on eBay. But that's fantastic. A couple other things I got here. Concerts, which is out of print. Great album. A lot of cool stuff on here, man. It was really cool going back and re-listening to a lot of this stuff too. I mean, you know, a lot of different shows going all the way through 68 to 70. Good album. BBC Sessions, fantastic. Sorry about the glare there. Live at Monterey, fantastic. First show he actually played here when he was big in England. For the buzz was going on in England for a minute. Got over there with Chas Chandler, and of course hooked him up, brought him over here. This is actually the first show he ever played in America at the Monterey Pop Festival. Entire concert. That's really cool. Him playing at Woodstock, great performance. I actually never heard the entire set he did at Woodstock, so that was great to check out. Live at the Isle of Wight, fantastic. Great album. Not long before, one of the last shows he played before he passed, actually. I mean, he does his version of Sgt. Pepper on here, which is cool. Spanish Castle Magic, Machine Guns on here. This is when he got back with the Experience. You know, Noel Redding was no longer in the band, but Mitch Mitchell came back. This great album here. I got a lot of stuff. I had more bootlegs, man, and something happened to some of them, or traded or whatever, but this is a good bootleg here with a lot of rare tracks. Catfish Blues and Gloomy Monday, 1983. Yeah. Really good songs on here. You know, pretty cool. Interview disc. Like the cover too. Another thing of the Isle of Wight show at the Isle of Wight, which I have on vinyl. I had more vinyl at one point, but still cool to have what I've got. It's like another greatest hits package that came out. But again, man, apologize, it's been so long. I haven't done a video in a while. I had to get back with it and do something, and I wanted to do something pretty easy, but which, you know, Hendrix had a very small discography. It's pretty amazing what he did in the short amount of time he did it. And I figured I'd start off with that. I think thinking about doing Down next, or got some other stuff like Styx and Journey and some other stuff. I wanted to do Gojira, a few other things, but if you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks for checking it out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Promise it will not be as long as it was last time. See you guys later.